wash my hands, obviously.
Okay.
I use hand sanitizer when I'm in a little, a bind. There's no sink around. I've heard that hand sanitizer can be just as effective as using soap and water with my hands. Is that the truth?
That's what they tell us.
That's what they tell. Sometimes I've even heard it's better.
So I heard
Better?
that too.
You heard it's better. Okay.
I have.
Oh,
Here's
by the
the thing.
hand
I can
sanitizer.
tell.
By the hand sanitizer, that's key. There you go.
That's what told me too.
That's funny.
And he told me the same thing.
They said, buy this.
And you say, okay. You said, okay. Here's the thing. In most situations, washing your hands with soap and water will be the most effective way to reduce the number of germs on your hands. But we know sometimes you're out and about, you're in the car, you're on the go, you don't have access to soap and water. And in a lot of cases, then it's okay to opt for some alcohol-based hand sanitizer. But in an effort to reduce the number of germs as much as possible, you want to make sure that you're selecting a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. And if you're going to use hand sanitizer, I want you to keep these three things in mind. First of all, hand sanitizer may not be as effective if your hands are visibly dirty or greasy. Secondly, compared to soap and water, hand sanitizer may not be as effective when it comes to protecting you from certain types of germs. For example, the norovirus, which could lead to vomiting and diarrhea. And last but not least, if you're going to use hand sanitizer, you got to make sure that you do it correctly, meaning you want to make sure you're using enough to wet all the surfaces of your hands, and you want to take the time to rub it in until they're dry. Sometimes I see people use a little bit, they wipe for about 2 seconds, then wipe the excess off. You can't do that. Hand sanitizer doesn't take a long time to put on, but it takes about 20 seconds or so to rub that in and really get it on correctly.
My big takeaway is just going to say
Impossible. Impossible.
I'll tell you why. You think alcohol, well, this must kill everything.
That's right.
Well, not everything, but once again, if you don't have access to soap and water, it's okay to use for some hand sanitizer as long as your hands aren't visibly dirty. But once you can wash them with soap and water, go ahead and do that. So what about what we've always been told growing up? Starve a fever, feed a cold. Is that correct? Did you heard that? You heard that? Is that true? What your body is trying to fight an infection, you need nutrients and hydration. Therefore, you want to make sure you are eating whole, healthy foods and taking in plenty of foods, whether you have a fever or a cold. So what I'm saying is there's no need to starve your fever. Don't starve your fever. Feed your fever, feed your cold. Okay.
Being from Michigan, and I know a lot of our viewers right now are in cold weather,
Uh-huh.
we were always told to wear hats because all of the heat comes out of the top of your head, and when babies are born, it's the first thing they do is put the little caps on. So, is that true?
Is that true? It is important to put the little hats on babies, but what I will say is, I heard that too. My grandma said that too. It is not true. You're not losing most of the heat from the top of your head as an adult, okay? It's not true. And so here's the scoop.
My head is always cold when I'm outside.
The amount of heat that you lose from a particular area of your body depends largely on the surface area. To put things into perspective, your head only makes up about 7% of your body's surface area. Your arms make up a larger surface area. Your legs make up a larger surface area when compared to your head, right? So if you go outside on a cold day, you would lose more heat from exposed arms or exposed legs than you would from your exposed head.
Well, depending on the size of your head. Like Lauren.
Here's the thing: is more often than not in the wintertime, our head is more exposed than our arms and our legs, and so we
And
notice
that's how
our
you
head.
feel it.
So maybe that's what we're saying.
Yeah, and the ears always get so.
And you can be sensitive to cold and things. So I'm not saying throw your hats away. Wear your hat.
Right.
But don't just put on a hat.
And go out in a bikini.
Right. That won't work.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be 100% covered this time I do it.
There you go.
What about you, Orly? What's your question?
So we go to New York for Christmas time to visit my husband's family, and it's always obviously much, much colder than it is here. And I'm always afraid that the kids are going to get a cold simply because they're now in the cold, whereas we're normally not in that kind of temperature. Does the actual temperature give you a cold?
Being in the cold will not give you a cold. The only thing that will give you a cold is exposure to the cold virus. With that being said, cold temperatures will make it easier for germs to spread. For example, if we look at the flu virus, we know that when the temperature drops, the humidity drops. And the flu virus is more capable of infecting people when the humidity is low. Also, the flu virus can live on surfaces for longer periods of time when it's cooler and drier. So being in the cold won't give you a cold, but those viruses, they're thriving out there. So just be careful. Just be careful.
I know, but your mom would always say, bundle up, you're going to catch cold.
Yeah.
You know, my takeaway from that is my wife's always right. She's got a humidifier going all the time in the house. I'm like, now I know why. Just
Right again, Vanessa.
Just listen to
All the time. Just as a general rule. Just
Yeah, well, that's a whole different segment.
We could have told you that already.
Yeah, well, I'm learning slow. Marissa, what do you got?
So we're in the middle of flu season, and I want to know, can you still spread the flu even if you feel okay?
That's a great
That's
question.
a great question.
Yeah, it is a great question.
I heard you could, and I didn't believe it, so I'm
Find out
So she
now.
came here.
Yeah, she came here.
So what you're trying to say is she's sick right now.
That is actually true. It's true. When the flu virus enters your body, it can take 1 to 4 days before you develop symptoms. But even if you don't feel sick, you can spread the virus to other people. Most healthy people may be able to spread the flu virus to other people beginning 1 day before they develop symptoms. Then, 5 to 7 days after they become sick. And if you look at children or people with weakened immune systems, they may be able to spread the flu virus for longer than those 7 days. So in general, you just want to be careful, protect the people around you. When you cough or sneeze, cover your nose, cover your mouth.
Never leave your
Make
house
sure-
and never talk to other
No, don't be paranoid.
But not only that, that's why
But
everybody in the house gets sick when one person gets sick because you don't even know you're sick.
But sometimes, but then, and wipe the surfaces at home and at work because the flu virus can live on some surfaces for up to 48 hours. And then when you're washing your hands, do it correctly. Make sure you're lathering the palms, but also the backs of your hands between your fingers. Get under those fingernails.
And do the ABCs.
Or wash for at least 20 seconds. Or you can sing the happy birthday song twice.
Or
Sing
when you
that
get
song
on a
twice.
plane, I'm that person that takes out the handy wipes
yes,
and wipes down my
absolutely.
PlayStation. I wipe down everything, the buckle, the little knobs. I mean, I wipe everything
that
down.
guy.
I really like how you're living your life. And last, yes, I do. Last but not least, when you wash your hands, take a paper towel, a clean paper towel to turn off the faucet and to open the bathroom door. I never see people do that because if you just start reaching for stuff and touching everything, you're dirty all over again.
Contaminated all over again.
But do antibiotics help the flu?
They do not.
Oh.
Antibiotics help bacterial
Suddenly she
infections.
doesn't like the way you're living your life.
Okay, I did like the way you're living your life. We're 50% now. Antibiotics are for bacterial infections. They are not for viral infections. Therefore, an antibiotic is not an appropriate treatment for the flu. And if you take it unnecessarily, then your body could build up resistance to that particular antibiotic. So if you need it in the future, then it won't be able to be effective for you. So whether you're talking about the flu or any other illness, you don't want to take antibiotics if you don't need them. They're great for bacterial infections, though.
Okay.
Doctor?
Yes.
I have a question. Is Tamiflu an antibiotic?
And Tamiflu is not an antibiotic,
Oh,
but
okay, I didn't know that.
it's not an antibiotic, but your doctor can give you Tamiflu to help ease the flu symptoms if you need something. Ideally, you want to start the Tamiflu within 48 hours of your symptoms.
And it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I still want to go wash my hands right now. I want to
How's
go
everybody feeling right now? We all feeling healthy and good? Don't touch
anybody.
it. Thank you, Dr. Nita Landry. Thank you. You guys, Dr. Nita on the doctors and follow her on social media. Dr. Nita Landry.
And Maria's up next after she washes her hands.
After wash your hands, well, and for those of us traveling and bringing our hand sanitizer, yes, I'm making Santa suitcases that are perfect for traveling. The kids and Santa will love what's inside. So come on back.